Good evening, everyone. You're listening to Red Pill 78. I am the Corruption Detector, and this is Red Pill News. I wanted to go over Q proofs. I realize that there are probably a lot of people out there on Twitter and in the real world, normal people, that have been watching this happen and might be a little bit mystified by Q proofs. Q has stated things in a certain way so that they need to be decoded, and that includes posts by the president that are either callbacks to things that Q has posted, or Q will refer back to things that the president has said, or they will post at the same time, or they will post within a certain window of each other. And this is just a really great place, qmap.pub, in their proof section, where they've aggregated some of the best proofs that people have put together. So starting right here, we've got this tweet by President Trump at 7:04 a.m. Pacific time on October 19th, 2018. And he stated that when referring to the USA, I will always capitalize the word country. So then later in the day, when Q posted D-Day Patriots, we will have our country back, and country was capitalized, and it's signed by Q+. People have stated that they believe that Q+ is actually Donald Trump himself. I personally do believe this. So the fact that this is on the same day, and they both have the C capitalized in country, and of course the media made such a hoo-ha about the fact that President Trump capitalized country, this is a proof right here. All right, so let's move on. The clock is ticking. So this is from post 2626, and Q said the clock is ticking in this post. And then later on that day, on the Ingram angle, Fox News has this ticker going at the bottom that says clock ticking. All right. Now, some people might look at this and say, well, that's just a coincidence. Well, the whole point of all these proofs is that there have been so many coincidences that it's statistically impossible that they would be coincidences. All right. So we know, or I know, and I'm telling you that Hannity has often had the guests on, Sarah Carter and John Solomon, and they seem to have an inside scoop when it comes to things that Q is talking about. So it's only natural that on Fox News, because Fox News is the only mainstream media organization that even comes close to reporting fairly on the president, this is where they will give us proofs like this, because this is what the base, what the followers of Q are watching. And we have been told many times to watch Fox News, certain programs. Here is another Q proof that was put together on December 18th. First of all, on December 12th, Q posted a little holiday fun for the fake news media. Think elf on the shelf. Can you find the next one? So we're supposed to be looking out for an elf on the shelf. Well, on the 18th, Melania tweets out this gorgeous picture of her and the president in the White House. Clearly, Christmas is back in America. And what's that up in the chandelier? Oh, it's an elf on the shelf. Well, how would Q have known that there would be an elf on the shelf hidden in the chandelier in the White House? Unless, of course, POTUS and the Q team are working together. This is a good one. I like this. All right, and then here is the Q clock that I was talking about. So you've got all these dates that go all the way around the clock. You've got the hours, and then you've got the seconds, you've got the minutes in here, and then the dates going around the outside. Now, a post on a certain date, say right here on 12/22, will coincide with a post across from it in a variety of ways. So here on December 22nd, 2017, Q posted 1 of 22, okay, on December 22nd. And then you go across to the corresponding date on the other side, and you've got January 22nd, 2018. Q posts again 1 of 22. So that lets you know that there are things to pay attention to inside there. Now, we've also got this date, December 17th, 2018, also in line with those two dates. And President Trump tweets, "It is incredible that with a very strong dollar and virtually no inflation, the outside world blowing up around us, Paris is burning and China way down, the Fed is even considering yet another interest rate hike. Take the victory." Well, on January 21st, 2018, Q also included the word victory. Wow, very interesting coincidence. Or is it? Here's another POTUS tweet. This is great. This is the border security tweet. So on April 2nd, 2018, Q put all of these A's in the kill box. And then we have immigration bill, border, wall, military start, big month. So there it is posted at 45 seconds. So we can look at the 45-second mark right there, go directly across to December 17th, 2018. And that's when POTUS posts his border tweet with the extra A, talking about the wall. Exactly what Q is talking about right here. Very cool. Now here is another one of my favorites. I posted this in a video. This is the Arlington proof. There are so many things to look at in here. And the preponderance of coincidences really lets us know that this is definitely something to pay attention to. This right here is very, very important. I'm just going to let you take a look at this. There is so much going on. 13 seconds is today's marker because it was posted at 13 seconds. Trump makes unannounced 15-minute visit to Arlington. Trump's tweet is at 15 seconds. We've got all of these second markers right here. And the infinity symbol directly corresponds to 8chan, which is where Q posts. And again, this was posted at 5:55, 5 by 5, right there. Comms confirmed. Q will often say that. They want us to understand what they're talking about, even though they have to post it in a cryptic way. All right, 10 December 14th, 2018. POTUS tweets a typo correction with a 10-minute delta. So he tweets a typo, and then he corrects it 10 minutes later. 11:25, 11:35. China just announced. Now let's search the Q map for every occurrence of 10. Notice they are all in December 2017. We've got this post right here with a 10. Timestamp Q post, 3 seconds against POTUS tweet, 13 seconds. 10, no coincidences. We've got another 10 right here. Follow the crumbs. You have it all. Security confirmed will be analyzed. Dark 10, enjoy the show. Graphics will be in the same time zone. Delta irrelevant. 5 today, 10 past, 15 past. All of these different 10s here. The first and most significant 10 marker occurred on 12/12/2017. 12/12/2018 brought us 37 Q posts. The Clinton Foundation hearing. The Google 10KYE 10Q filing info 10. Christmas video full of Q Easter eggs, and then the Q&A stress test on 8chan. On December 12th, 2017, Q dropped at 2:03 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then POTUS tweeted at 2:13 p.m. Pacific Standard Time that same day, both holiday messages, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. Then over here we have the post about the Google 10K filings. That's information about the Q&A. We've got the hammer in the video signed by QAnon. We've got the O made into a Q. And we've got the Pepe the Baker, who was the baker with the apparent frog pin on her shirt. What else will December bring? Should we look at 12/23, the date of the next marker, 5? Number 2 in the FBI, Andrew McCabe. This was posted on December 23rd at 3:22 p.m. Then POTUS tweets 5 minutes later. Who is number 2? And then 5 minutes later, President Trump posts about number 2 at the FBI, Andrew McCabe. Wizards and warlocks are the guardians of intelligence. These are actual badges, I believe, for NSA. 3 detention centers being prepped. Oh, this is a good one. Monitor funding. Edward Snowden is a traitor. This is great. People make up these little cards, like Magic the Gathering cards, that have to do with different things that Q talks about. And sad day when we learned that Seth Rich was not alive. I wasn't really personally thinking that he was, but still, it's a bummer. Prosecutor John Huber will bring severe panic in D.C. Control, avoided Z, do you believe in coincidence? Z, film. It's a French-Algerian epic political thriller with a screenplay by Gavras and Jorge Semprún based on the 1966 novel of the same name by Vasilius Vasilikas. The film presents a thinly fictionalized account of events surrounding the assassination of Democratic Greek politician Grigoris Lambrakis in 1963. With its satirical view of Greek politics, its dark sense of humor, and its downbeat ending, the film captures the outrage after the military dictatorship that ruled Greece at the time of its making. The film is about in-real-life events. It is clear that Q has been attempting to avoid this in the U.S., being aware of corruption in certain alphabet agencies. Things might not turn out as glorious as some might think. And, of course, George Papadopoulos is Greek. And there was a George Papadopoulos that had to do with this coup d'etat in Greece. See previous comments regarding alphabet agencies. He underwent military and intelligence training in the United States during the 1950s and had connections to the CIA. We all know POTUS loves to troll the left, and just how they are always accusing him of dog whistles, the communists in the media are the dogs hearing the whistles. POTUS and Q are trolling them into utter insanity, always making references that they directly understand. Our Papa D was picked by Trump from a list of foreign policy advisors solely because his name strikes fear in the hearts of the cabal and signaled that the military option was on the table. He also had a familiar face. Look at that. Are they related? If you read this far and do a little digging on this plot line, it will give you an inside look on the way our president's brain works. I love it. Why Q is necessary and how closely connected they are. Don't worry, I'll leave a link to this website so everybody can check it out. Cherry on top, Q-proof. Okay. And Anon asked, please tweet the word knowledge on POTUS's next tweet for one more coincidence. There was the first tweet comes here at 9/11. James Comey behind closed doors testimony reveals that there was not evidence of campaign collusion with Russia when he left the FBI. In other words, the witch hunt is illegal and should never have been started. And then 17 minutes later, he tweets the word acknowledging. It's not exactly knowledge, but knowledge is the root of acknowledging. And Q said, 17-minute delta between tweets, cherry on top. 17 is Q. This is a good one. Blunt and direct time, Q-proof. How did Q know this NYC subway bomber in advance from a December 11th, 2017? So, blunt and direct time equals BDT or Bangladeshi currency or the nationality of the NYC subway bomber. Q said, blunt and direct time. Adam Schiff is a traitor to our country. Leaker, national security, evil, TikTok. Hope the $7.8 million was worth it. Enjoy the show. Then the next post, he says, false flags, POTUS 100% insulated, expect fireworks, justice, Q. And then after that, on December 11th, after the actual bombing took place, or I'm sorry, this is just before the bombing took place, do you believe in coincidences? Blunt and direct time. BDT, think currency, think fireworks, thwarted, message delivered, these people are sick. So each of these posts happened before the NYC subway bomber, happened one day before. Adam Schiff is given false info about Donald Trump Jr. collaborating with WikiLeaks, trapped to catch leakers. Adam quickly leaks the information to the press. Story is completely bogus and CNN needs to retract. Very embarrassing to the fake news media. Deep State responds by launching a false flag bombing attack on NYC to change the embarrassing news cycle. The bomb ended up being a dud. Think fireworks, right here. Not an explosion. The Bangladeshi bomber was thwarted and no one was injured. Q is right again. A Bangladeshi immigrant was arrested. Trump, you failed to protect your nation. Somebody said, bogus, the device did not fully detonate. How would Q have been able to do this unless Q knew what was going to happen? It's not that Q is doing this, it's that Q and the Q team are listening. They know what these people are up to. We have to bypass the media in order to get straight to the people. We've gone around them like no one in history has gone around them. How true that is. Now, Q+, POTUS. This is the proof. So I'm sure everyone remembers this tweet from CivMil Air. Air Force One changed its call sign to Q0. Q posts, where is the plus on a mobile phone when dialing? Trolling the fake news media is fun. At some point, the Q will be asked. The plus sign is the 0 right there. So by changing the call sign to Q0, it's Q+. President Trump is Q+. Now, I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to let everyone let this stuff sink in. If you already know about this, great. This is just for people who are not aware of this website or who don't understand how to read a proof. Go ahead and go to this website. Go check it out. It's a great place to go for research and for investigation. And it's especially a great place just to read up on all the Q posts. If you're only coming in recently, or even if you came in the last 6 months, go back to the beginning. Go back to the beginning and read all of these posts. And with the knowledge of the future, you can look back and you can see these things. You can see what's happened. Future proves past. That's something that Q has said many, many times. All right. Well, thank you everyone for watching. I do appreciate it. Please like, share, and subscribe, and have a great night.